Welcome to a mystical showdown of light versus chaos. Today, the disciplined Vanari host of the Lumineth Realm Lords takes on a war flock of the unpredictable and sinister forces of the chaos god of fate. Will the light of Eltharion shine bright when the sun sets, or will only demonic fire light the coming night? Welcome to the Realm Wars Network. The Lumineth army brings back real classical army feelings, 2 reinforced blocks of Aurelian wardens for combat prowess, and a long line of sentinels behind them to deliver volleys of deadly arrows. The leadership consists of the Light of Eltharion, who is a powerful brawler, but he is accompanied by the twins, who offer a more versatile approach and can change between extra casting power or combat skills when needed. A single mage rounds off the heroes for the required spellcasting that the Lumineth rely on. For support, a unit of wind chargers brings flexibility on a flank, and a unit of blade lords will get tasked to guard the heroes. The demonic army is a typical setup in the current meta. Kairos' spellcasting ability is one of, if not the best in the game. He is accompanied by a Lord of Change, whose main job is to buff and recycle the pink horrors, amplifying the staying power of the lesser demons. The real punch in the list comes from the Warflock Regiment. Zangor on footpack, quite a punch, and their shaman can give them run and charge and has the ability to heal them. The Skyfires, on the other hand, deliver the long-range threat, extremely mobile and accurate shooting that can be used to target the most vulnerable parts of their opponent's army. The battle is fought on the Shifting Objectives battle plan. One of the 3 objectives will randomly be determined to be the primary objective, which is worth an extra victory point. The main challenge of this battle plan are the small deployment zones, which make it harder to score any battle tactics that require the player to be within the enemy territory. Both armies have 3 regiments, but the demons finish their deployment first and let the Lumineth take the first turn. The battle tactic is to take the flanks. The central objective is the primary one for this turn. The chosen facets of war for the Lumineth are the power of Hysh and the Shining Company. In the hero phase, the Gravetide is summoned, but both the protection of Hysh and the total eclipse fail to be casted. Kairos attempts to summon the Gravetide as well, but miscasts and takes 1 damage. In the movement phase, the wind chargers rush out to the left flank. 1 warden unit uses a command point to run to the central objective, with the sentinels following to get in range of the demons. The Blade Lords and the twins advance down the right flank. Eltharion and the second wardens fill out the battle line. In the shooting phase, the sentinels take aim at the central pink horrors and deal 16 damage to them. The Lumineth score the full 10 points and control 2 objectives. The battle tactic is to attack on 2 fronts, aiming to take 2 objectives. In the hero phase, the Lord of Change tries to summon the Maelstrom, but is unbound. Kairos summons the Purple Sun, the Gravetide and the Shackles, filling up the board with morbid manifestations. The Shaman attempts to give the Zangor run and charge, but fails the roll. Instead, he is casting Fold Reality to teleport the unit forward to get in range of the Wardens. The Lord of Change fails to banish the enemy Gravetide, the shackles kill 3 wardens. 1 pink horror is rallied back. In the movement phase, the left horrors auto-run forwards to claim the objective. The Skyfires head to the right flank and are joined by Kairos to make sure they stay inside range of a teleport in case Eltharion decides to rush them. The decimated horrors and the Lord of Change bulk out the center. The central wardens use the masterful tactician enhancement of the nearby mage to redeploy 4 inches. In the shooting phase, the Skyfires take out only 2 Blade Lords. The Sentinels use covering fire and deal an outstanding 18 damage to the Tzeentch, handicapping their much-needed damage output. In the charge phase, the Tzeentch use Destiny Dice to make their charge on the Wardens. A very risky move after the damage that they have received, but necessary to not fail their battle tactic right away. The Purple Sun charges Eltharion. The Wardens have a crucial role to see if they get to strike first against the charging beasts. They make their 4+ roll and deal 7 damage. The Tzeentch use all-out attack and kill 12 wardens in return. The Purple Sun deals no damage to Eltharion, who takes it out without breaking a sweat. The Gravetide takes out 2 more Tzeentch. The demons take the central and left objectives to score 8 points this turn. The primary objective moves to the right flank. The Lumineth win the initiative roll and take their second turn. The battle tactic is to seize the center. In the hero phase, the speed of Hish by the mage is unbound. Then the twins try it as well on Eltharion and succeed. Then the shackles are banished and protection of Hish is unbound. Kairos summons the shackles back to slow Eltharion down, who only takes 1 damage though. In the movement phase, Eltharion rushes to the center of the field. The Blade Lords run to take the primary objective. The Wind Chargers move up to threaten the horrors. The Lord of Change redeploys 3 inches away from Eltharion. In the shooting phase, the twins kill 1 Skyfire. Eltharion takes out 2 horrors. The Wardens aim for the Shamana and deal 19 damage to him. The Wind Chargers shoot the horrors and deal 10 damage. The Skyfires use covering fire and take out 2 more Blade Lords. In the charge phase, the second Warden unit charges the Tzeentch. The Gravetide charges the Tzeentch as well. Eltharion rolls low on his charge, re-rolls it, but only makes it into the Gravetide. The Wind Chargers charge the Pink Horrors. In the combat phase, the Tzeentch are taken out by the 2 units of Wardens, but the shackles survive. the Gravetide deals 3 damage to Eltharion, who takes out the manifestation. The Pink Horrors deal 2 damage to the Windchargers, who deal 3 in return, which is just enough to steal the objective. The Lumineth control all objectives and score 10 points. The battle tactic is the offering of carnage to kill 2 enemy units. In the hero phase, the Lord of Change casts Weird Flame on Eltharion and deals 2 damage to him. Kairos then finishes him off with the same spell. Kairos lowers the armor save of the Blade Lords with arcane suggestions and summons the Purple Sun. The Lord of Change attempts to summon the Gravetide, but fails. In the movement phase, the Skyfires move up, and the greater demons take on the right flank to deal with the twins and her bodyguard. In the shooting phase, the Skyfires deal 6 damage to the Blade Lords. The Lord of Change takes down 1 more. In the charge phase, the Purple Sun fails its charge, but everyone else makes it in. In combat, the Blade Lords are taken down and the twins in their magic form do not deal any damage in return. The Shackles are destroyed by the Wardens. The Pink Horrors lose 1 model and take down 1 Windcharger. The Demons complete their battle tactic and control the primary objective for 6 points. The Lumineth win the initiative roll into turn 3 as well and deny the demons a double turn. The primary objective stays on the right flank. The battle tactic is to slay the tyrant, to kill 1 enemy hero. The twins change into their combat form for increased damage. The mage casts the shackles near the Lord of Change, and then attempts to summon the Purple Sun but is unbound. The shackles deal 2 damage to each greater demon. Kairos casts Fold Reality and teleports the Skyfires out of combat. In the movement phase, the Gravetide and Wardens move into charge range of the greater demons. In the shooting phase, the Sentinels deal 13 damage to Kairos. The Skyfires shoot at the twins in the hope to take them out, but deal only 1 damage. In the charge phase, the Wardens and the Gravetide move in for the kill. In the combat phase, the sheer amount of spear attacks takes down both demons. With only a few Pink Horrors and the Skyfires left, the demons concede the game. The demons did not find the right way to approach this wall of sun-metal-tipped spears and arrows that was arrayed against them. The initial 2 volleys of the Sentinels took all the magical winds out of the demonic central offensive. If a few more Zangor had made it to the enemy lines, or the strike first on the Wardens had failed, there was hope for the tide to turn the other way. The twins and the Blade Lords showed that they are hard to deal with from afar, as they bound a lot of attention on their right flank that was needed elsewhere and laid the groundwork for a decisive win for the Lumineth Realm Lords. We hope you enjoyed this battle report and hope to see you on the next one.